As I clean up my apartment today, I'm going to be sharing some of the ordeals I faced while searching for an apartment in Lagos and how I finally got a place. Welcome to another episode of The Life of Abbietayo. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as this would mean the world to me. Before I started looking for a house, I listed out some specs I would like my apartment to have. People called me delusional, that it's not possible to get everything I listed out, but I was bent on finding the right home. As someone that has always been displaced all my life, finding the right home is a goal to me. Let me explain. I attended five primary schools, and because we're moving a lot, my parents had to put me in a boarding school that I stayed for 6 years. And after I was done with that boarding school, my university was so far from home that I would, take a plane there. When I was in school, I was also constantly moving places because I wasn't given an hostel. I would stay with friends, I would stay with family, and immediately I left university, immediately I could stand on both feet. What I admired and what I wanted for myself the most was a home, was a place to stay, a place that I can come back home every day and say, you know what? Welcome home, Abby. Finding the right place for me was more than just a dream come true. It was a prayer point. Some of the criteria that I listed out for my house includes I wanted something I could afford with ease, a safe environment because I like to run. I want somewhere that I can run and feel safe, accessible road. I don't want people to come and visit me and they say, this is your house road, sha. I don't want things like that. Good water and electricity. For that water, I have this great skin. So anytime I use bad water, it turns the life of my skin around. And I know how expensive skincare products are. I wanted a spacious room, close proximity to the island. I work on the island. I want a situation whereby I can leave my house and in about 20 minutes, I'm on the island. Good view, good sunlight. I love to open my windows in the morning. I want to see that sunlight. I want to see the sunset. So that was it for me. Car space. Even if I had no intention of buying a car at the time, not like I bought a car right now, I still wanted somewhere to park my car. Like I was thinking about the future. Yes, I will buy a car. Yes, I'll park my car here. I wanted a jar of fancy rock and seashell. This may not mean anything to anybody, but I remember in the early days while growing up, my mom used to have these fancy rocks on the table, and I used to pick seashells from the beach and put it in the room. So I really wanted these things. Reasons why people call me delusional is not because these things are not achievable, but because of the way housing is structured here. You have to settle. It's either you get good water, bad road, bad electricity, but you have to settle for one thing. And I, Abby, was not planning on settling. My budget for yearly rent was 1M, but I was told by house agent that it was impossible to get a mini flat for that price. I also asked my friends, everybody was telling me, 1M, you will not see you here, oh. You will not see there, but you know what? I still continue searching. I joined so many group chats, collected a lot of agent numbers. I think at some point, everyone on Twitter, including my lead pastor, knew I was looking for a place. For every house I inspected, the agent told me to pay like 5 to 10K, excluding transport fare that I covered for the both of us. I was looking for a place with close proximity to the island. Like I said, I work on the island. I have my personal reasons for not wanting to stay on the island. So I was searching around the axis of Yabra, Bagada, Ikeja, Surulere, etc. If you know these places, you know they don't come cheap. Whenever I saw a vacant house, it came with certain, rules and criteria that the landlord wanted. You will hear things like must be from this tribe. The landlord only rents the people from his own tribe. Sorry, must be married. They don't want promiscuous single people. And some go as far as saying it to your face that they do not want single women. When they ask what I do for a living and I say things like I'm a content creator, they look at me like this one is unserious. They look at me with the look, how are you going to pay this rent yearly? I know people ask me when I was looking for the house, they're like, how are you going to pay your rent? That's like the landlord and owners of the house. They're like, how are you going to pay your rent? They wanted people with traditional jobs like doctors, lawyer, teachers, people that will go out every day, as I was told by one of the landlords. Let's not forget what I said my budget for annual rent was. The landlord will say his price for rent is 1.5 million naira, then the agent will tell you that, oh, aside the rent, you have to pay in 400k naira. The landlord will say, because of my lawyer, you have to pay my lawyer 200k. The yearly keep up of 100k. Let's not forget the caution fee. The caution fee too will say 200k. By the time you come to a final price, you can hear things like everything is going to amount to 3 million naira. A friend of mine who is very popular fell for agent scam. He did his due diligence researching on the house. Matter of fact, you know him, street boy, he cannot be cheated. But the agents that he used ran away with 3 million naira. He found out that the agent was someone that would just come to the house. Everybody knew his face. So when he was showing him the house, nobody bats an eyelid about it. That's how he ran away with my friend's 3 million naira. In front of me, a father was crying that the house agent that secured the house ran away with 1.5 million. The agent deceived him, saying that the landlord was aware, but the landlord wasn't. And that was how he ran away with 1.5 M. I remember how much I would cry. I even listed it out as a prayer point during Hallelujah Challenge. Oh God, please give me my own apartment. One fateful day, my friend sent me a link to search for an apartment. I did and called the agent's number I saw. A house was available in my desired area of residence, and without a landlord that wouldn't take me because of my tribe and because I'm a woman and because of what I do for a living, he accepted me with open arms. This is the house I'm cleaning right now. I got everything I wanted on my list, down to the fancy rocks and seashells. I turned the apartment into my own home. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Oh, yes, my joke. I got so emotional, I almost forgot. Here goes the joke. Why are strawberry plants short? Anybody? Okay, that's because they are low hanging fruits. I'm so funny. Anyways, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.